Okay, so let's apply this idea of rational exponents to real-world problems. Here's one. The radius r of a sphere is given by the equation r equals 3v over 4 pi to the 1/3 root, where v is the volume of the sphere. Find the radius of the beach ball to the nearest foot. So the v is what's filling this thing up, right? All the way in. We want to find the radius, the halfway mark to the center of the ball, of the beach ball. So we want to find it to the nearest foot, and it tells us to use 3.14. We can approximate that for pi. So it's kind of telling us what to substitute in. That's kind of nice, right? We need to know the volume, though, to know what to put in for the v, but then that information's right here. The volume is 113 cubic feet. So we'll substitute those numbers in and see what we get. So r equals, and instead of 3v, I could put 3, but it tells me that the volume is 113. I'll substitute that in for the v. And that's over 4 times pi, but it tells us to go ahead and use 3.14 for pi. Okay, that's all to the 1/3 power. Okay, so 3 times 113, or to multiply that, radius would equal 3 times 113 would be what? 339. And 4 times 3.14 would be roughly like 12.56. Still to the 1/3. And this is where I would say go ahead and get a calculator out. It gets a little challenging at this point to do the powers of it. But remember that m is 1, the n is 3. So what times what times what would equal these things? Well, it'd be approximately 3. And you could substitute it back in, see if that makes sense. Does the 3 make sense for that? Okay. Does it seem reasonable? Okay. Here's another example. It says to calculate the annual inflation rate, R, in decimal form of an item that increases to the value from P to F over a period of n years, you can also use this equation. So it tells you a lot of information, but it basically just gives you the equation. Okay. R equals F over P, 1 to the nth minus 1. So this formula they found to always work. Nice. Okay. Find the annual inflation rate at the nearest tenth of a percent of a house that increases in value from 200 to 235,000 over a period of 5 years. A lot of information that we have to kind of soak in, right? But what did it give us? It told us that R equals F over P to the 1 over N minus 1. It kind of gives us this formula. So we just have to figure out what to put in where. So, now it started at 200,000. That would be the principal. So R equals 200,000 and then the change would be to 235. And that would be to 1/5 root, or the n, the index would be a 5. When we get the answer, we subtract 1 from it. So at this point, again, I would use a graphing calculator, and the answer would be, then we have to do it to the 10th, it said, right? So the answer would be something like approximately 0.03278. But if I were to do it to the 10th like it asked, it would be roughly, I'll say 3.3. I don't know. Yeah, 2.3%. Bring the decimal over twice. 3.3%. So, okay. And we are done.